Karenni, SBS World News.
For ageing refugees, a new life in Australia can be difficult and even depressing. One Victorian agency says they're often neglected, with most support programs aimed at families, children and single men. Now it's reviving an intricate art to help some older new arrivals feel at home.
At 86, Karen refugee Sa Ulay approaches his task for the day with determination and a helping hand.
This one's beautiful. I love the colour.
Through an interpreter, the one-time elephant trainer explains he relishes basket weaving classes that he now supervises at the Geelong-based refugee integration agency Diversitat.
He really enjoyed. He really happy to share his ability to his friends.
But it hasn't always been the case. Diversitat worker Robin Martinez observed the octogenarian descend into depression in the months after he arrived in Australia.
He expressed that he was very lonely and that he was isolated, and he said that he had lost himself. You know, he wasn't part of anything anymore, and maybe he shouldn't have left Thailand from the refugee camp.
Sa Ulay mentioned basket weaving was a familiar activity, so Diversitat purchased the materials and the small community of ageing Karen refugees got to work.
We didn't know that was like a secret strength they all had, and they came along and they rushed to the corner of the room where the materials were and quickly made things, and we hadn't had products in 2 hours.
The results are sold at a local craft market, with half the proceeds funding new materials. The other half is donated to the Thai refugee camps many of these Karen and Karenni refugees once occupied. Diversitat CEO Michael Martinez says for a long time ageing refugees have been neglected. He says the basket weaving activities, however modest, highlight the lack of things elderly refugees can do.
There should be more emphasis on the fact that the refugee mix involves older people, and that there is often a lack of understanding of their needs.
Now, Sa Ulay helps other new arrivals, like 67-year-old Kadi, through a skill they once used for survival.
He's very good for teaching, explaining slowly.
There are also sewing and gardening activities, and Robin Martinez says the sense of purpose they deliver can transform lives.
For someone who, you know, is vulnerable to dementia, working in the mind and the hands and the body and coming and going and being active, that's great.
And for now, it's also keeping history alive.
He's keeping his mind. Yeah. Yes, everything.
Using just word of mouth to pass these generations-old weaving patterns on to others. Luke Waters, SBS World News.